MotoGP riders disagree on whether the Holeshot device or the ride height device should be banned. This has cropped up during the first open press conference of the season regarding what started off initially as a Holeshot device, which has now kind of morphed into a rear ride height device or a ride height device. So firstly, let's work out what this thing is. So initially in 2018, the Holeshot device started life as a big wing nut or a device that would mechanically lower the rear ride height of the bike specifically for the start of the race. So this basically meant that it would decrease the tendency of the bike to wheelie and mean that you could put a lot more of the power down before the bike started to wheelie. As this has been developed, it's gone more into initially a rear ride height device. So they would have it at the start and then they could also deploy it on the exit corners. And then as this has been even further refined, it can also be used to drop the front now as well. So what you end up with is a bike that can come out of a corner and drop the front and the rear ride heights and deploy a lot more power to the ground. Fundamentally, that means that the top speeds at the other end of the straight will increase, which could give safety problems if walls, etc. are a bit too close to the track. So in the against corner, you have Fabio Quartararo, who said, "For me, it's starting to be too much. For me in 2019, the starting procedure was you just arrive in neutral, press the launch control and go. Now you need to check too many things, and at the end you win more performance, but for me it's starting to be too much." Johan Mir said, "I'm with Fabio, for me it's starting to be too much. Every time we arrive faster into the straight and we will reach 370 kilometers an hour soon. The layouts are the same, and for sure it's more performance. Also on the acceleration side, it's more difficult to make a difference. If you use everything, then it's more performance, but it's not the best thing for safety." And Marquez said, "For me, it's something that in the future they must remove. I already said last year when I arbitraged my injury. I think the riders need to go together to the safety commission. Manufacturers will always go more, but now, with more stroke on the rear, more speed, more stroke on the front, it's difficult to engage on the start procedure." And then in the fore corner, you have Pekka Bagnaia. "For me, I just have to push a button, it's not a problem." Brad Binder, "I think it's just the reality now. Sure, when you arrive at the grid, you have more to do. So it's important for me not to mess that up, but the reality is, it's here to stay, and I think every manufacturer needs to make the best of it." Maverick Vinales, "Not much to say, but on the acceleration, it's much safer with the Holeshot. I remember corners like the last one at Austin, you accelerate from zero, the wall is very close, but with the device, you're getting much more tyre in contact with the ground. But now it's going too far, there are too many things, but at least the rear for the start and with the acceleration, I think is actually safer." So there you go, there's a few different opinions there. What do you think? Do you think the Holeshot device is just not relevant to road bikes? Do you think the bike's going to become too quick at the end of the straights? Do you think it should be banned? Do you think it should be kept? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this kind of content, drop me a subscribe as well, because that really helps.